is Rosh Chodesh, which presents us with an interesting halacha with regards to taking haircuts and shaving. Of course, it says in the Shulchan Aruch, Siman Taf Tzadi Gimel, that we don't take haircuts, we don't shave throughout the period of the Yimei Asfira as an Avelus for the Talmidim of Rabbi Kiva, which of course is related, of course, to the Avelus over the Churban Beis HaMikdash, is something that we're mourning during this period of the year. However, the Ramah adds that if Lag BaOmer falls out on a Sunday, so then together with the fact that it's Lag BaOmer on a Sunday, and there's covered Shabbos involved, and anyway, you can be able to save on Sunday, so then the Ramah adds, so then it should be permitted for a person to shave already the Friday prior to the Shabbos, because you have the confluence of the two factors of the fact that it's Lag BaOmer on Sunday and it's covered Shabbos anyway on Friday, so you should be able to shave cover that Shabbos and to be able to shave on Sunday for Lag BaOmer. So in a similar fashion, the Mishnah Brura in Sifka and Hay, Simtaf Tzadi Gimel Sifka and Hay quotes some the Achronim that if Rosh Chodesh Iyar falls out, coincides with Shabbos, so again you have the confluence of the two factors, one of Rosh Chodesh and that of Shabbos, and one should be able to take a haircut and to shave on Friday, L'Kavet Shabbos, Rosh Chodesh. The Shulchan Aruch makes the point that Rosh Chodesh alone is not enough of a reason, but when the two coincide together, Shabbos and Rosh Chodesh, one can take a haircut, one can shave L'Kavet Shabbos, Rosh Chodesh, and that's the practice quoted by the Mishnah Brura. However, this runs counter to one of the items that's mentioned in the last will and testament of Rabbi Yehuda Chassid. Testament, which is somewhat controversial because it has a lot of unique things. There are 78 items, I think, that are mentioned in Tzava Rabbi Yehuda Chassid, many of which have been adopted and are quoted by the Rabbi Yehuda Chassid, of course, is one of the Gedolei Rishonim. I mean, he doesn't need a husband from me. He's one of the Gedolei Rishonim, the Rebbe of the Marami Rutenberg. We all know the Marami Rutenberg appears, on almost every page of Shulchan Aruch. The Rabbi Yehuda Chassid, one of the Rebbeim of the Marami Rutenberg, so it's not someone who should be dismissed lightly, but Rabbi Yehuda Chassid had a will and testament that he left afterwards with different savos. Many of them are quoted in Shulchan Aruch, like not leaving, once you dig a grave, not leaving it empty. You should always either fill it right away or not dig it in the first place. 8 or 10 that are quoted by the Shulchan Aruch itself. But many of them are not quoted by the Shulchan Aruch, and there's somewhat of a debate, how should we treat the other tzavos of Rabbi Yehuda Chassid? For example, Yehuda Chassid says, that two brothers should not marry two sisters, which is something that goes on, or that a person should not marry his niece. So the problem is the Gemara says in Masechtas Yevamos that's a mitzvah to marry your niece, a mitzvah of chesed. So some of them come run counter to what it says in the Gemara. Some of them are not found in the Gemara Bechlal. Of course, one of the more famous ones is that a person should not marry a woman who has the same name as his shviger. That we understand, it makes a lot of sense because it'll lead to confusion in the house. That's why if it's either one is called by a different name, many places are willing to be lenient. But that was the tzava of Rabbi Yehuda Chassid, not to close up a window, not to move an oven, all because of different concerns with shadim and things like that. So one of the items that's mentioned in the tzava of Rabbi Yehuda Chassid is that you're not supposed to take a haircut on Rosh Chodesh or cut your nails. Why? So we don't know. We can speculate, and many assume that it was because of some sort of danger that wasn't alluded to by the Gemara. But this was the tzava of Rabbi Yehuda Chassid. So how should this be treated? Is this normative halacha that's incumbent upon everyone, or is it not normative halacha? So Rabbi Yehuda and the Chassam Sofer both wrote in their tshuvas that the tzava of Rabbi Yehuda Chassid, unless it's quoted by the Shulchan Aruch, is limited to his family. Because one of the tzavas of Rabbi Yehuda Chassid is, against the Gemara, that you're not allowed to marry your niece. The Gemara says it's a mitzvah, and Yevamos a mitzvah to marry your niece. And he says you shouldn't name your son Yehuda or Shmuel. That has clearly not been adopted as the normative practice in Yiddishkeit. So it must be that it was only his family that they shouldn't name their children Yehuda after him. He didn't want people named after him or Shmuel for whatever reason. So this seems to be limited to his family, and therefore the Noda B'Yehuda and Chassam Sofer argue quite Noda B'Yehuda even more vehemently than Chassam Sofer that this was limited to the family, and we shouldn't restrict shidduchim because of all of the restrictions of the tzava of Yehuda Chassid. However, the Divrei Chaim, the Tzan Zaruv, has a equally powerful tshuva where he argues that the tzava of Yehuda Chassid was meant for everyone. Obviously, maybe one or two were not, like not to name your son Yehuda or Shmuel, but by and large, the tzava of Yehuda Chassid was meant to be adopted by the rest of Klal Yisrael. And Chamira Sakata Me'Yisura. This is something that's there's a Sakanas Nefashos maybe involved in some of these azharas of Yehuda Chassid, and therefore we should all adopt them. This one about taking a haircut or cutting nails on Rosh Chodesh is somewhat interesting because it's quoted by the Magen Avraham. So it's not like the other ones that are not quoted Bechlal. It's not the other issue that is quoted by the Shulchan Aruch. It's quoted by the Magen Avraham. So that's why it's become a little bit more accepted, even then, now I get shilos all the time about closing up windows and moving ovens. Everyone all of a sudden is aware now with the internet of the heebie-jeebies of the Rabbi Yehuda Chassid. So this one more than others, because at least it's quoted by the Magen Avraham. However, again, most normative poskim have not accepted the tzavos of Yehuda Chassid. Ramosha's psak was, and the name of the Chazon Ish as well. If you're chayshish for it applies to you. Chayshish for it doesn't apply to you. So it depends on whether or not a person is chayshish for it or not. Kind of like the Chazon Ish says, like shadim. If you believe in shadim, then they're a problem for you. If you don't believe in them, then it's not as much of a problem. So if you're chayshish for the tzavos of Yehuda Chassid, you have a problem this Friday. Says the Mishnah Berurah, you can take a haircut on Rosh Chodesh. But when it coincides with Shabbos, but you're not allowed to take a haircut on Rosh Chodesh according to the Tzavah Yehuda Chassid. So some person would dismiss the whole Tzavah, okay. But if you're chayshish for the Tzavah Yehuda Chassid, you would have somewhat of an issue. So that's why some poskim have not accepted this school of the Mishnah Berurah for those who are chayshish for the Tzavah Yehuda Chassid. It's interesting. The Kav HaChaim, he says you should take a haircut Thursday, before Rosh Chodesh. So everyone disagrees with Rabbi Shlomo Kluger and his Hagos on the Shulchan Aruch says, well, Thursday have no heter b'chlal. That's in the middle of the Sfira. So he doesn't understand what the heter, that's worse than the Tzavah Yehuda Chassid. You're violating the minhag of not taking a haircut during the Sfira. So he says Thursday is worse. So some poskim, therefore, if you're chayshish with the Tzavah Yehuda Chassid, would not take a haircut. Rav Moshe has a tshuva that was printed in a journal called L'Torah V'Hayra that was put out by his yeshiva, even while he was still alive, and then they put out a journal after he passed away, Sefer Zikaron. And so in the journal of Torah V'Hayra, Rav Moshe says, no, we never accepted the minhag of the Sfira when it comes to this Rosh Chodesh Shechali Yos B'Shabbos. And even if you're chayshish normally for the Tzavah Yehuda Chassid, you don't have to be chayshish for this Rosh Chodesh, somehow an exception to the rule. I don't know what the exception is, but Rav Moshe claims even for those who are chayshish have a heter. Other poskim are not as convinced. Some say the whole thing never applied to the first day of Rosh Chodesh. It was only second day of Rosh Chodesh. I don't know how you would know it was only first day of Rosh Chodesh and not second day of Rosh Chodesh. It's the real Rosh Chodesh. The truth of the matter is the second day of Rosh Chodesh. First day of Rosh Chodesh is the 30th day of the previous month. So there are some who fetch, anyway, we're taking a haircut on Friday. That's not really Rosh Chodesh. And maybe even if you're chayshish with Tzavah Yehuda Chassid, it shouldn't apply to first day of Rosh Chodesh. Okay. So there are some who are going to be resistant to this because they're real believers in the Tzavah Yehuda Chassid. Others who B'chlal may not subscribe to Yehuda Chassid, even if we are chayshish. However, this Rosh Chodesh, Rav Moshe claims, would be an exception to the rule. Why though, B'chlal, is there a heter to take a haircut? Just because it's Rosh Chodesh alone is not enough, and Shabbos alone, it doesn't seem to be enough of a heter to take a haircut. So maybe it's because Shabbos itself really should have been enough of a justification to take a haircut during the Sfira, or during, let's say, Bein HaMetzarim. The Bir Halacha and Hilchos Bein HaMetzarim quotes from Menor Zaru, who cites a Talmud Yushalmi that claims that just like we all wear laundered clothing, even though we don't wear freshly laundered clothing during the 9 days, when it's a covered Shabbos Chazayin, we would wear freshly laundered clothing. That's a psak appears in the Mishnah Berurah and Hilchos Bein HaMetzarim. So the Bir Halacha quotes in the Zaru in the name of the Talmud Yushalmi, the same should have applied to taking a haircut. The covered Shabbos, it's a real mitzvah. The covered Shabbos for a person to shave, a person to take a haircut, to trim his nail, whatever it is, to prepare himself, to groom himself properly is a mitzvah of covered Shabbos. The covered Shabbos alone should have been enough, really, to be doich the minhagi avelos of the Bein HaMetzarim and of the Sfira. They quote in the name of the Ari HaKodesh. He felt covered Shabbos to be machmir, become covered Shabbos was enough of a reason itself to shave and to take a haircut during the Yemei HaSfira or during the Bein HaMetzarim. And we understand why, because that's a real mitzvah of covered Shabbos, and the minhagi avelos now are just minhagin. And of course, a real mitzvah outflanks, a minhag. In fact, the Rambam writes in Hilchos Mamrim that if a person treats a minhag or even a din d'Rabbanan like a real din d'Oraisa, he equates them, he's over on Bal Taisif. Something that's important to keep in mind now when people equate pikuach nefesh with other things that are not as important with pikuach nefesh, it might be violating Bal Taisif when we put things, we reprioritize, not according to the way things are really prioritized al pi halacha. So if a person takes a minhag or a din d'Rabbanan, says the Rambam in Hilchos Mamrim, so Rambam in Hilchos Mamrim, and he treats din d'Oraisa with the same severity, he's over on Bal Taisif because he just took a minhag and elevated it to be a din d'Oraisa. So over here, when this is just a minhag of the avelos of the Yemei HaSfira, and it kind of conflicts with a real mitzvah of covered Shabbos, so covered Shabbos should have been doichet. So why isn't it that every Shabbos? I think that has something to do with. That's really why when we have any other excuse, well, it's like Eimer, well, it's Rosh Chodesh, we really reverted back to what really should have been every Shabbos, like the Ariya Kodesh. We should only be able to take a haircut. We should only be able to cover Shabbos. Cover Shabbos is really doicha the Menhagei Avelus. So if we have any old reason, we can say, well, this is somehow different. We're going to revert back to what it always should have been. Is that the real mitzvah of cover Shabbos should be doicha the Menhagei Avelus? Well, then why don't we make every Erev Shabbos? And they quote, the Chassam Sofer writes in his drushes that it was only the Ariya Kodesh who was Meko, we shouldn't be Meko, because the Ariya Kodesh was the only person who really felt, or similar people in a similar category, the real conflict. Most of us, we go through the Menhagei Avelus of the Sphira, it's an inconvenience, but we don't feel sad, we don't, this year everyone's listening to music, whatever is going on this year, we don't really feel the Avelus of the Sphira. We're not really mourning the loss of Talmid of Rabbi Kiva. We're not really, we don't feel the loss of the Beis Hamikdash. If a person really felt the loss of the Beis Hamikdash, if he really shared his Shabbos, so then it would be a real conflict. So for the Ariya Kodesh, it was a real conflict. He felt dual emotions. So then, if he wouldn't shave, that would, or if he would keep them in Hagei Avelos. So then he felt torn between these two ideals, and therefore Kavod Shabbos, which is a real mitzvah, should be Daich in the Minhagim of Avelos during the Mea Sphere and the Bein HaMetzarim. Unfortunately, we're not on that Madrega. We view these things as nuisances, but we don't really feel the real Avelos. So for us, Kavod Shabbos is not enough of a reason to be Daich in the Minhagim Avelos. Minhagim Avelos B'chal by us are not really such heartsick things. But Meikar then, of course, the Kavod Shabbos should have been Daich the Minhagim of Avelos, because one is a mitzvah, one is only a minhag. So therefore, if there's another reason, we can put something else into the children. It's like Ba'omer, it's Rosh Chodesh. We'll revert back to what always should have been the real halacha, is that Kavod Shabbos should be Daich the Minhagei Avelos. So this coming Rosh Chodesh, since we have Rosh Chodesh in the mix too, unless you're a real Tzavah Rabbi Yehuda Chassid guy, in which case there are some who wouldn't take a haircut to Shabbos this Friday. I would say that the normative psak, most people are going to be lenient this Friday to take a haircut, to shave. The whole story, Kavod Shabbos Rosh Chodesh. We should follow the